There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. No, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name.
Hey, yo, what's going on right now? You watching Casino Is the Name. I was in the middle of doing my 8A paperwork, and I was right at the end, like towards the bottom. Had a couple more things to like put in. I signed in order to figure out what those couple things was, and it said that my sam.gov registration had expired. Okay, so that meant that I had to renew my sam.gov in order for it to even talk to the SBA website. So I had to renew my sam.gov, and it said that it was going to take 3 days. So it took me a few minutes to go through my sam.gov registration. Turns out one of my NAICS codes had expired. It had changed to something else. So I had to update it for 2023. So I had to do that before sam.gov would even allow me to register my company again. So once I did that, then I was able to go into the 3-day wait, the 72-hour hold or whatever. So I had to wait 72 hours for my registration to go active. And I haven't yet tried to sign back into SBA.gov, SBA website, in order to try and finish my 8A application. But I think that it may, just because it went through today on the sam.gov side, I'm wondering if it's still going to take like another 24 hours before it trickles over to sam.gov, to the SBA website from SAM. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe you have no idea what I'm talking about. But just know, we all go through things trying to get this stuff together, all right? I was speaking to a young man earlier today when I was buying this phone. By the way, this is the new Galaxy Ultra 23. This is my new vlogging phone, or vlogging camera or whatever. So I was talking to a young man earlier today, and he was asking me about, going into government contracts. And he's familiar with a particular kind of field, but he doesn't see any real contracts for the thing that he does best or that he knows. All right, so I'm back. Okay, so he was saying that he's familiar with certain things and, a certain field, a certain particular category. He doesn't really see any contracts for that. So I was telling him how, it doesn't really matter what you're familiar with, right? You're at least the way I was doing it, I'm not trying to be self-employed. I'm not trying to create a job for myself. I'm trying to own a business. So I'm trying to create a job for somebody else. So if it's a plumbing job, I'm trying to find a plumber who can do it. I'm not trying to find a plumbing job because, all right, so like I was saying, I'm not trying to create a job for myself. I'm trying to create a job for somebody else. So I am looking for any kind of opportunity. Just because I might find a plumbing contract, but because I'm not a plumber doesn't mean that I won't go after it. Or because I'm a plumber doesn't mean that I'm going to just go after a plumbing contract. I might go after an IT contract. I might go after a yard maintenance contract. I might go after whatever, a nursing contract. I'm looking for opportunities that I can provide opportunity for somebody else. That's what I'm doing. Trying to be a business owner, not a self-employed person where I have to be there. So, we were talking about that, and, just like the whole understanding of like mentor, trying to get a mentor and all of that kind of stuff. And I think a mentor is definitely the best way to go. It's like whether or not it's a mentor from the stance of you subcontracting under somebody else, whether or not it's a mentor from you just finding somebody who already does what you're trying to do. I think mentorship is the best. I think by far it is the shortest learning curve, and time is very, very important for all of us. And having a mentor who's doing things that you want to do or doing things the right way, it's the same reason. It's part of the reason why I started like doing videos about accounting on this channel. It was because you'll go to school, or you'll graduate from high school, you'll go to your community college or your university, or you'll go to your high school guidance counselor, and they'll tell you about different careers because maybe your parents don't have a particular career like that you want to do or whatever. Maybe your parents aren't college educated or whatever it is. And so you're looking for a career that might be something that can pay you a decent amount of money. So you're going to go to your guidance counselor. Your guidance counselor is going to tell you, based off of the research that they've done or based off of what somebody might have told them, what would be a good field. Typically, most of the guidance counselors and even professors have never actually worked in a certain industry. So you're picking a career because this guidance counselor, who may or may not even have a degree, but even if they do have a degree, they probably never worked in a particular field. So they're just telling you what they think is going to be good, or what they think employers want. Maybe they have meetings with the employers or whatever. But the best breadth of experience, or to know what to do, is from somebody who's actually doing the thing that you want to do. If you want to be a travel nurse, speak to a travel nurse who's actively doing and traveling and nursing the way that you desire to, right? Don't speak to the guidance counselor about what they think. I mean, you can speak to them too. Doesn't hurt, I guess. Maybe it could hurt, actually. Maybe you shouldn't talk to them at all, But of course, get some direction from them if that's all they can provide. But the actual, what that industry actually is requiring or needing and stuff like that, speak to somebody in the field, or speak to somebody who is an employer or something like that. Do something like that. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about that, about how important a mentor is, and why I believe subcontracting it's the way for me, because in subcontracting you get a chance to understand the business, you get a chance to see it, you get a chance to speak to people in that space. You're in that space, you're actually working in that space. So all the things that you thought it was before you came in, you'll get corrected along the way. And you're like, oh, okay, so this is what this is. Oh, this is how you do this. Oh, you met this person, you met that person. Subcontracting is definitely the best place. That and getting a mentor, because subcontracting for me is kind of like finding a mentor. You may find many mentors in that space, but you get a chance to kind of interact with people who are actively doing the thing and not just assuming or regurgitating information from somebody else. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we out.
I was always focused on the money. I started with nothing. I was born to be an entrepreneur. I'm a real estate investor. Had my own trucking authority. Multiple college degrees. Ex-military. I'm an author. Motivational speaker. Not to mention I'm an accountant. But with all the things that I've done, it was government contracts that truly made me rich.
Yo, what's going on right now? You're watching Casino Is the Name, and if you wanted to know how I started my trucking business, I have an ebook called Big Shot, Hot Shot Volume 1, Own Your Trucking Authority. It's a great book, 5-star reviews. The link will be in the description below. Go get that. Yeah.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Me and her together, we just count it up. Money on my mind, I can't get enough. Don't play with my money, you don't want no beef. Cause I come from the bottom, I come from the street. When she first saw me, she say, who is that? When a man saw me, he called me a threat. I'm the one that really live with a rap. They ain't never did it, they ain't really trap. You say you wanna be successful, well, what's stopping you? Can't nothing stop you from being successful except for you. You standing in your own way. I came from the bottom. I ain't know nothing but the grind. You can't tell me nothing about that. I called the Bus and Basic Street Projects in Tallahassee, Florida. You hear me? I used to think $1 million would last me my whole life. I'd have made that and spent that. $1 million ain't enough. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name.